Okay, so I'm back. So I've created that. By default, it gives it in clear text on the screen, which I did not want. So um, yeah, that's the reason I paused the video. So you can see down here, it's telling me my token, API read user, etc., etc. This is the token up here. Once you have left this page, you cannot get this token. So be aware, you need to copy personal access token here, like so. So we've copied that. Now we need to go back to Sourcetree and set things up in here. So first thing we need to do is actually create a new account, a new user if you like. So if we come here, tools and options, and I'm gonna have to blur this out because it quite, Sourcetree is a pain in the ass, you know, to be honest. It shows all your private information. So whether you like it or not, whether I do or not. So if I go here to authentication, this is the part that I'm gonna have to blur out. It goes and shows all the accounts here, which, you know, okay, well, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube, so I don't really want that shown. Anyway, what we need to do is we need to click the add button here. Hosting service, we're going to select GitLab. So you can see it's got the URL, preferred protocol, authentication, personal access token. And we've just created a personal access token. When we go and refresh, bang, like that, it is going to ask me for a couple of things. The first one is my username on GitLab. So that was Torrens. Now password. What would you think this is? Well, obviously it's the password to your GitLab account, except it's freaking not. And there's very little to tell you that, actually. Look at the documentation. It doesn't really tell you very clearly that you don't, what you don't want to put in here is your password. What we need to put in, what we need to paste in here is our token. So I've already copied that, if you remember. So personal, so we've hit copy. We've actually copied our personal access token. And that is what we are going to put in here where it says password. Pain in the ass, I know, but if you follow my instructions here, you should be okay. So Control V, bang that in there, click OK. And let's just go back to Sourcetree. And it should say a green tick and authentication OK. That's exactly what we want. So click on OK here. And it gives me Chris Nelson Torrens at gitlab.com, and that's what we want. So select OK there, and it will update things and what have you. All right, so we've got our BP tutorial. We're all set up now, so we should be able to upload this. Fingers crossed, if all goes well. First things, we need to come into settings, because at the moment we have no remote, so we need to set up our remote. Come into our settings, add, and we want to use this one. And we need the URL path. So to get that, we just go back to GitLab. We need to go to our repository, and we want the URL here. So Control C, copy. And we should just be able to pop that in there. Remote name. So this is, let's give it some sort of meaningful name. GitLab. Whoops. Torrens. Shoot, somehow that. And then hit OK. And now we have that in our remote. So we should be able to push this up. Fingers crossed. So we go, okay, no problem. And we, okay, we've got that one there. Push to GitLab. So we can either do it that way. That's probably the best way to do it. So let's just do push, which should push the whole thing up to my remote. Please God work. Master, yeah, that's all good. That should be going to push all tags. Yes, yes, yes. To repository, yes, push. And pray to the Git gods that it all works. So there's a fair bit there. I think I'll pause here and it'll take a few minutes to do this and we'll come back.